Hi everyone, welcome again to the monthly draw, and obviously this is November's monthly draw. First thing I've got to do is thank again everyone who helps and donates to the channel. Now I do get asked a lot of questions about the donations and how to donate and how to enter, how can they take part in the draw. Now basically if you donate through the PayPal button, which is on my homepage on YouTube, obviously I get a notification through PayPal because it is a PayPal donation button, and in that I get obviously an email. I can then send the number to the person who donates, and that's how I get in contact. So, but I've got to do it. It's every month. So basically, if you like the flies I've been tying, you'll always have a chance to win the fly I filmed, as well as some extra. Now I've got obviously quite a few this month. I've done quite a few patterns, which will be given out. I'll be doing a number for each set as we go along. But as well this month, I'm going to be giving away 2 fly boxes. There's a choice of 6 fly boxes, and then there's one that basically they connect with all the patterns I've filmed and tied this month through the month, because I've added extra, and obviously I've added a fly box, which I'll be showing you a wee bit closer under the camera. So that's the idea. But so first thing I'm going to do is I'll show you this fly box. I'll change over to the other camera so you can see what's what. Now this is the box. I mean, there's to say they do come together as flies, but they, as I say, this box there's a question, or there's a 1 or 2 patterns that were asked. Mainly within a fly there's a question or 2, and that's what I try and do in the videos, is answer a question by tying a fly, and obviously tying a fly that catches fish. And I mean, simply the one here with the pheasant tails and the bug. When I used to manage a trout fishery, I did it for 15 years. I was asked what was my 2 favourite nymphs, and these actual nymphs are as good in the river. These are my favourite nymphs in the river as well. So that's why I started using them in the trout fishery when I was managing it. So, and they work for a treat, and they'll represent many flies in the water. The bug is obviously representing like a shrimp, a small like scud-like type thing. It's just a great pattern. But anyway, that's where that came in. Obviously the small nymphs at the bottom was basically it was a set of hooks that I'd demonstrate. I actually put on that Floyd and Mallard had started adding to the range, and this was a barbless range, and this one of the smaller sizes I tied a nice selection of, again, nymphs that I like. It's used to be beaded nymphs, Spanish obviously. Style nymph it's just a fast dropping nymph, the tungsten beads. We go into maybe working with some deer hair, bronze mallard, and so on. And just basically it's the box that you put together in the way. So anyway, that'll be at the very end. I'll be giving that away at the very end. But I'm going to show you the fly boxes. We'll go through them quickly. Now, if your number is drawn for a fly, basically you have a choice of 6 boxes. Now, there's quite a few flies in these. This one here basically is, I mean, I write it on the back, it's Loch Palmers I call it, but basically there's a lot of good patterns in here. There's, I'm going to just remember that one, the Wickham's Fancy, Green Peter, there's a small mayflies, there's a grey and the olive McPhail one, there's a cloaked dabblers, which are basically a winged feather where the bronze mallard is drawn back to give it a cloak effect. And we've got like the Dunkeld and so on, magenta, we've got muddlers, with the Zulu muddler, and it basically goes on the way down to some hedgehogs. So it's a really nice selection of flies. So that's one of the boxes. This one is actually quite close. It's just the way things are developing, the boxes that are being picked. So this is a Stillwater fly box. This is more emergers, dries type style. Got the Midas, got basically what they're called now is the half hogs, or the all-rounders, as I would probably call them. The Midas style flies are really good. There's the caddis style ones, and obviously there's shuttlecocks, various colours. that basically you can't go wrong with when you're fishing the still waters. That's another one. And then, now I never mentioned, but the first box I held up, there's 74 in this one. So there is, with the blue in it, with the blue background. One I just did there, there's 79 in this box. And then this one here, we've got 88, it's another Stillwater box. So basically this in here, we've got our buzzer patterns, dowel backs, we've got cormorants, crunchers. A great selection. If you're into the Stillwaters and competition angling, this is a nice selection, and these are well tested and caught many fish over the years. So a nice pattern. So again, just as I say, if your number comes up, then obviously you have the choice. Now this is a river wet fly box. There's a kind of mix. Again, this box developed over, it was questions I was getting asked on the internet. Clydesdale flies, well known, magpie and silver and hen blackie and so on. But then we've got our traditional, we've got the partridge and orange, water hen blower, snipe and purple, so on. 2 or 3 other patterns there of my own. There's like some soft ackle caddis patterns that I fish, rodents and so on. It's a great box of flies. It's a really good box. And in that one, there's 88 in that. I haven't written it down. The box is full, so that's the kind of maximum in it. Then we go into another box here. We've got it's probably one of the top dry flies that I used this season, sorry. These are the sort of Dynamite Harry range that I tied in that style that caught many fish. All of these caddis versions, obviously mayfly, sort of olives, yellow maize, grey dusters, Latin greys, local patterns. A lovely selection. There's well over 70 flies in there, so I can't remember how many there is, but there's a good collection in that box. And then finally we've got the salmon box. This is the basically it's between doubles and singles. There's a good selection of style. The main is a flamethrower type style, which I've used right all the way through, near enough except for the very bottom ones here, just small doubles, just standard sort of hair wings. Another good box, salmon fly. Sorry, I should hold it up a wee bit better. There's 36 in that. So it's a nice wee box of flies if you're into the salmon fishing. So I will be adding more boxes. Always, again, if you want to get involved about the flies, just let me know what you think and what box or a box of flies you would like to see me sort of tie or put together. And I can always add it into one of the draws, one of the month's draws. So, and then obviously we go into, once we've done the draw for the box, we go into the flies. So anyway, we'll do the box. So we'll go to the number generator. Now, this generator, is just a wee bit of info on it. It's an app that I get through Apple, but unfortunately for some reason it normally shouts at you, tells you the number, but there's no sound. Can't get it to work. Tried everything. Whether I'm waiting for an update, but it's been over a month, so it's just not working. And I've tried looking at other generators, and this is the best one I can find. So you need to apologise for that sound not being there, but you can see the number, and I can obviously say it. So this is for the fly. The choice of you can have a choice of a box of the 6 boxes there. So this is a number for that. So we'll draw a number for them, and the number is number 22. So there we are. I think that's called 2 ducks or something. But anyway, number 22, well done. That's for the box of flies. Now we're going to go into, these are all basically what I've done is, as you probably know, there's a fly that I've actually filmed. And this is one of the most recent one I tied. This is Floyd's bibio emerger, which is a great wee pattern. The reason it's called Floyd is because I actually used some hair from my son's dog, Floyd. It's a golden lab which I dyed black. I just picked up the packet of and didn't realise it was the packet that I'd dyed, and I just carried on using it, and it works really well. So anyway, this here, as I say, this is for the Floyd's bibio emerger, so we'll do a number for them. And the number is 154, so we're done 154. And the next set of flies, now I need my glasses on here so I can. This is again another YouTube fly. This is just a beaded caddis pupa. It's got the CDC wing side, the wing buds. Great wee fly. You'll see these are all on my channel, so you'll be able to see these patterns. Now, if you wonder what the wee stamp is, this is a stamp that I get made. It's basically got a, so in the centre, it's like a picture of a hand tying a fly, so it's quite nice, and obviously my name around it. It just adds to it, just a wee signed card. People like that, so it looks a wee bit more professional, as I say. So anyway, this is for the beaded caddis pupa, and the number is 187. So that's for that one. Now the next, we've got the ace of spades. Again, these were all questions. These were when I asked what flies would you like to see tied, or this case, this was a. I've been looking at the old videos, and they're really rough. The quality and the sound is not very good. So I'm actually redoing some of these videos. So anyway, this is the ace of spades. It went down well. It's very popular. It's an old style fly, but it works really well. If you're going to tie, it's worth tying. That's for this pattern. So anyway, we'll do a number for them, and the number is 100. It's exactly 100. So there we are. Now obviously there's 3 in there. Now this one, this is some buzzers that I tied. I think the question I got asked in this one was, what's best to tie on a straight hook or a curved hook? I mean, it depends on the way you fish it. If you're going to be pulling the fly a wee bit, you're better using the straight hook. And then on the curved, it's more of a, you let it hang and allow the fish to turn, take it. You'll hook up better that way. But if you start to pull it, you've got less chance of tightening up. You will miss maybe 1 or 2 more, but the straight hook for pulling. So anyway, that was the question for those. And could I tie a quill buzzer? So obviously this is where this came in. So we'll do a number for them. The number is 340. This is just the one in this pack here. There's 6 in that other one there, but there's only one in this. This is it was a question. This time of year, a lot of people thinking of going to Argentina fishing for the sea trout. This is an intruder-like pattern, though it's tied as a snake. But I used the possum. Now possum is a really fine, light hair that is very mobile. Really nice fur, and I just happened to have the remains of a piece that I got, and I decided to film this one. So this is where that one came around. So anyway, we'll do a number for that, and the number is 246. Then we go into, again, this was another request, one I hadn't heard of before, just a simple wee pattern. It's called Bragg's Dragonfly Nymph. This one here, it's very simple. It's one of these type of flies you can definitely see it will work. It's a New Zealand type. It's a New Zealand pattern actually. It was a gentleman in New Zealand that I'm trying to remember his first name. I think his name was Robert Bragg. Sorry. Apologise if I'm wrong, but I think it was. So anyway, this is I tied. There's 3 there, so we can always have a cast with it, as well as the one I filmed in the video. So again, we'll do a number for them, and the number is 84. Number 84. Now the green Peter with the, excuse the language, but it's the red arse as they call it. It's got the red seals fur at the back. Now we've got 2 sizes there. We've got 10s and 12s. Again, another requested fly. It was to do with the double wing. There is a double wing in this pattern. There's an inside-outside wing type thing. Give the impression of the caddis wing, but it's a very popular fly, especially in Ireland. But you'll catch fish all over with it. Another nice pattern. So we'll draw a number for them, and the number is 283. Now this one, this is the basically, what's your two favourite nymphs type fly? And well, there's actually three in here, but they're basically, there's one pattern, two colours. Now, when as I said, that I used to fish in a trout fishery. Sorry, I used to work in the trout fishery. I was a manager for 15 years. But as you know, I like to fish the river, and a lot of the flies I fished in the river are used in the loch. Now, these were my two favourite in the loch by far. There's a bug-like pattern, as I say, represent it like a small shrimp. And then we've got the pheasant tail. Doesn't matter what size I tied it, it could represent some species of fly. It could be a small pin fly even, whether it be dyed with natural colour or black for midge, pupa, and so on. Caught me lots of fish. More down to me, sometimes this way you fish the fly as well, how you present it and how you actually tweak it back will give the impression of these species. But great patterns, really well, and I tie these with copper wire so they'll go down. So as I say, these were my favourites. So anyway, we'll do a number for them, and the number is 151. Then we're going to, this is basically an olive mallard quill, or basically it's a mallard wing. That again, it was questions about mallard, and I tied actually a couple of patterns. I did this one in a cinnamon version, which I've got in here. But anyway, this is the olive pattern, very good in Ireland. I did tie it for Ireland originally, but it would work anywhere. It work in the rivers as much as it will in the lochs. So another nice pattern. So we'll draw a number for them. Number 47. Now again, this is I spoke about these earlier, about the box, the one we put together. This is some really good bead-like patterns. Got the Spanish bullet, the hare's ear, and the pheasant tail. Tied in a size, I think they were a 24, but they're a big 24. People say, oh, it's a big looking size. It's that style of hook is a size 24. It's just the modern way of doing things. Though it is quite a small nymph. Great pattern, or three patterns, and there's two of each there, so you can have a good cast with them, as well as the fly. Actually, there's two in there tied in video. No, I tied the three of them. That's right. Sorry, I tied the whole three of them in the video. And this went down quite well. A lot of people enjoying the video, so we'll do a number for them. And number 309 for them. Now, the Tenkara, another question about Tenkara. It's an interesting fly, it's a style, basically these flies are fished with quite a long rod, a nice light rod, and they basically flick the tip of the rod to put lots of life into these flies. Very unusual, funnel-like look, and these go back many years. It's a style of fly or style of fishing that's got very popular in certain parts of the world. In America, it's very popular again in some places. So anyway, I tied some of them. I tied two main flies, the partridge and orange version and the waterhen blower. Two styles of recognised wet flies that we fished, but put into the Tenkara style, which is worth doing because they're good colour combinations and good materials. So anyway, with three of each, so you can have a cast with them. And the number is 282. Now we've got we're going to the loch more than anything, though you could fish these in the rivers if you wish. This is a loch ordy, and it's the hedgehog style. Again, this was, I can't remember what the question was about materials. Probably about the deer hair, I would think. But again, it was to do with, it was 13 years ago I filmed this fly on YouTube, and the video is not very good. So I wanted to update it, and added the legs in it as a wee bit extra, so a wee bit different. So it's a great pattern if you're fishing the lochs. So anyway, we'll draw a number for them. And the number is 102. Now, this is a ghost fly. Well, basically what it was, I get sent a link about the pattern, this pattern. It was being fished, the gentleman was fishing it in Iceland, and he was catching large brown trout. So I did what I could see of it, I did a zonker style one, and I did one as close to the one that was in the video. So I filmed the Zonker version, but as obviously I tied an extra there, and it's got the jungle cockeye, well, a substitute jungle cockeye, just something a wee bit different. So anyway, there's 2 in there, so we'll draw a number for them, and it's number 5. Now, this is the fox squirrel nymph. This was a pattern that it was originally tied by Dave Whitlock. Now, Dave unfortunately passed away recently, and believe it or not, this fly, I did film it a few years ago. I think it was more than 10 years ago, and it was one on my list to refilm or do again. And it just, well, David died, and it put me in mind of the pattern, and I was asked if I would do it as well. So it's a great pattern. Dave was an amazing gentleman, American gentleman who wrote books. He was a great artist as well as a fly fisher, fly tyer. So it's just a wee bit of respect to him. So this is flies there. So there's 6 in there. So we'll draw a number for them, and the number is 303. Number 303 for those. Now this is again, it's spoke about the bronze. Oh, sorry, well, it's a bronze mallard wing, but this is a dyed. This is the cinnamon. It's like a variant of the cinnamon gold, but with the mallard wing, and the mallard wing is dyed in cinnamon, so it gets that nice colour. It's a great pattern in the lochs and even in the river. It's a great pattern. So there's 5 in there. So the original one that I filmed, as well as ones to have a cast. So we'll draw a number for them, and the number is 254. And then we've got, just recently I tied again, this was the story behind this fly was, it was a pattern I put in a box. It was a good year ago that the number was drawn. The gentleman caught a lot of fish on it, and he asked if I could film it, and so anyway, this is the pattern here. It was a CDC cinnamon caddis. It's just quite a light cinnamon, very light fly. So it's one of those flies you can pull it a wee bit, but you want to let it drift onto the fish. It's got nice and soft presentation. So a nice pattern. So we'll draw a number for them, and the number is 220. So there we are. That's all the flies. Now, as I say, I was going to obviously do a draw for the other box. This is the one that was basically it was put together with the flies and suggestions that I got from yourself, whether it be to do with talking about a material, a style, or a pattern. So we're going to draw a number for this. So finally we're going to draw for this box, and we'll see what the number is. So the number is going to be number 57. So well done, number 57. Now, there we are. That's another monthly draw by. It seems to go on a wee bit, I'm sorry, but I try to send as much out as much of the flies I tie. So as I say, there's basically 3 boxes of flies in a way. We've got the one box of fly in the choice, we've got obviously the one we put together, and the other one's been broke up into wee sets so that obviously I can share them and give you a chance of getting a fly or 2. And that's the idea behind this. As much as obviously it helps, basically allows me to spend more time filming, allows me to, if I need any equipment, like I can always replace something or do something, it makes it easier. And I am now spending more time on YouTube than I've ever done. I'm not sure, I've done well over 150 videos this year, and I used to only average around about 1 or 2 a month. Now I'm doing probably there's 4 maybe a week. It just depends on how things go, but that's what it allows you to do. The more time I can spend on that, because when I first started doing the videos, I was more focused on tying flies and selling the flies. Now I'm more filming flies and obviously giving them away in the monthly draw. And it's just the way it works, and I enjoy doing that. I like to share the things I have. So next month, I'll be obviously with a box of flies, but if you have any suggestions that towards a box of flies, please leave a message under the video. I think I'm going to be giving away extra this month. Is an Ericsson reel, fly reel. It's a lovely wee reel. I've had it for, I got this around about 2013, maybe about that. And I used it. I mean, I'm not using it much. That's why somebody should have it. Instead it's sitting on my shelf and not getting used, I'm going to give it away. So this is a lovely reel. It's in near mint condition. It's like new. So you can hear the sound. It's lovely. It's left-handed. It's set up for the left. And so there it is. So anyway, there we are. I don't care what side the reel goes. I'll just fish it. I mean, to say I have a preference, have I? Probably prefer to keep the rod in my right hand, but it doesn't bother me. So anyway, it's just the way it came. So anyway, there we are. I'm going to be giving away this next month in the draw, so if you'd like that to have a chance to get in this reel, you know what to do. You can, it's obviously a small donation. Anything that gets me in contact with you obviously adds to the fund, and it helps the channel and it helps promote everything I can do. And I'll try and give as much back or more each month. So we'll see. But anyway, any ideas, as I say, put it in the bottom of the video. Just type it in. If I don't get back to you, I mean, I will try and get back to everyone that asks. But if I don't answer you, I'm thinking about it. I write it down. I write everything down. So I try and not forget anyone. So anyway, again, thanks for the watching. The month does go by quick, so I can't go to mention. I've got to say, like, I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas when it comes. Enjoy that run up to Christmas, especially when there's lots of kids around. It's great fun. So anyway, until next month, sorry, towards the end, I think. We're right up. Can I do a quick check? The 31st of December falls on a Saturday, so that was the weekend for a change. So anyway, there we are, everyone. So as I say, have a nice Christmas, and until next month.